Hey, welcome to IOTG, the show that keeps you inspired, informed, and in the know. I'm your host, Vision X, and we're going to be talking about this posting that happened. This is making national news. This is about this white man that sat here and said that he was going to unalive this little girl for knocking on the door. Now, I'm going to go through the actual slides that they have here, and I'm going to read to you what they have presented. And I want you to let me know what you think as well. Please put something in the comments to let me know what you think. But we're going to go through the slides. So this is the Ring camera that he had on his front door. And then this is what he posted on Southfield Community in Riverview. He said, "You're lucky we weren't home to shoot your ass, dumb bitch." Now, this is a 9-year-old girl, okay? This is a grown-ass white man. I want y'all to let that sink in. Everybody keeps saying, oh, it ain't, this lone wolves and it ain't about race. Let me tell you something. If this had been a white child and a black person had said that to them, the police would have been there at the house. They would have been arrested, etc. This didn't happen to this white man. They're allowing this guy to go flee to safety or whatever for saying something like this. Now, let's see what else happened here within this information. This is with Tyler Chambers, the man that said he was going to unalive a 9-year-old girl. He said, "I know you want to add me to roast me, but you only have one side of the story. She was acting as a decoy while others were around the house. And yeah, I saw that on my camera and have a wife and 7-month-old at home, which I will protect as you would. I was hot when I posted it, which is why I deleted it right away. I could have handled it a different way, a little different. And I am trying to find the parents to have a conversation with them. But yes, I could have handled it a lot different and wanted to apologize, but I was trying to protect the family and it was the wrong way." Now I'm gonna say something here. This is just another post regarding this, but I'm glad somebody highlighted this. When you see someone at the door and others around the house in windows, you instantly think the worst. And as it was me, she was being a decoy while the others around the house trying to look in and get in. Now, I want to see the other camera footage of these decoys and everybody looking at it because white folks love scaring themselves to death. They be imagining all these different things, scenarios, and none of that stuff be true. And then they escalated the situation, and then either they had pew pew somebody or somebody pew pew them. But then they are the ones that's the victim as they were the aggressor. Well, this right here, I want to see the camera footage. I want to see all this. They were a decoy, and all these kids was looking in the house and in the windows. This is what I want to see, Tyler Chambers. I want to see, that's the video footage I want to see. All I see is her on the Ring camera. I want to see all the other kids and decoys. So let's go to the next slide. So this is Beyond Envy. This is the mother of the 9-year-old that this grown-ass white man said that he was going to unalive for knocking on the door. She says, "Hello, my name is Beyond. I am the mother of the little girl that is now going viral all over social media. My daughter, Sincere, who is 9 years old, and her cousin, who is 11, came home from school and decided to go out and sell candy for money. I wasn't aware they were out selling candy. I was at home with my 1-year-old and my mother, who had just undergone brain surgery. Usually, when the kids come home, they go outside and play. And I'm only okay with it as long as she takes her older cousins with her. This incident occurred on Monday, April 14th at approximately 4 p.m. in the afternoon. I'm just now seeing this all over social media, and I immediately called the police to file a report." Do you understand how horrible that is to be at home, your mother who has brain surgery, just had brain surgery, and you're at home with your 1-month-old daughter or child, and you see your 9-year-old daughter being plastered all over social media from what this man said? I'm gonna be honest with you, white people, y'all got to get that together. This is the same dog and pony show over and over. If y'all are so scary, just go ahead and go into a cave and lock yourselves in the caves and leave everybody else outside here to be around each other. Because this right here, this fear mongering that this little girl was trying to rob you, whatever, and I still have yet to see this footage of these other kids looking through the house and the windows and things of that nature to be a decoy. But this is the response from Beyond Envy. And I believe, so this is also what she's speaking about as well. She said, Beyond Envy, the mother, "I was told by officers that he and his family had left her home due to threats from all over because of the post he made about my daughter. He has been exposed all over the internet. They have found his address, job, and his past record. He is now asking police to simply have a conversation with me, and I won't let it happen because he and his wife thought it would be a good idea to lie publicly. Tyler Chambers and his wife, Cassidy Chambers, stated on social media that they were going to hurt my little girl because she knocked on the door. His exact words are, you're lucky we weren't home to shoot you. And I think that was a dumbass bitch comment he made. And then the next slide, this is Tyler Chambers, a general manager at Mr. Car Wash. He went to the University of South Florida, St. Petersburg. Look at Florida, River. It's always Florida. Florida, Texas, Arkansas, Tennessee, Alabama. It's the same states, the same drama. It's the same thing over and over. This is what I've been telling y'all. There are some good white folks out there. Don't get me wrong. I know some of them personally, and some of them have helped me as well. But there's a lot more bad ones out there, and I hate to say it that way. When I was in Kansas, it was probably a 70-30 split. When you go to places like Overland Park, Kansas, you're running into people like Tyler Chambers. They put on that goofy ass smile. They say, "Oh, I don't see color," and they play a little hip hop or rap here and there, and etc. And then as soon as they stop, pretty much cosplaying us and putting on like they're hip and cool, they go back to being their forefathers of the 18 and 1700s. This is exactly what we're talking about right here. And so now he wants to apologize for something that he did. It's like you can't. First of all, he's not really sorry. He's sorry he got caught. That's the problem. People that get caught, that's what happened with those two little boys in Lawrenceville, Georgia. If you don't know that they were unalive, go research it. That's a story that's going on right now. I don't know what if it's in y'all DNA. It has to be in y'all DNA because at first I thought it was taught, but now it's just systemic. Somebody say something to you about, hey, you can say and do these things to people, and you guys instantly start doing it. I think it's just in your grain of your DNA, and just knowing the history of why a lot of whites left Europe and went to Australia and went to America and went to India and went to South Africa. You got to understand what happened in England, Scotland, and Ireland at that time, and Europe. Europe has been in war forever. I think it's out of all the continents besides Asia, it's the most war-torn continent ever. And you know what? Don't believe me. Let me go ahead and let's just go to ChatGPT, because it just brings up everything for you. What are the top biggest wars of all time? And I bet you it's going to be predominantly probably 70% in white countries and the rest in Asian countries. Let's see. I'm just pulling this up for y'all, so get upset all you want. World War I, 1939, 1945, estimated deaths 70 to 85 million, over 100 countries worldwide. Largest and deadliest war ever, including genocide of the Holocaust, atomic bomb use, which was dropped on 2 cities. They didn't just drop one, they dropped 2 on other people that they didn't like. Then you have World War I, and again, this was predominantly all these allies. These are white countries, white and Asian. So I hate to say it to you, but don't get mad at me. Get mad at the facts. World War I, 15 to 20 million people dead. This was again France, UK, Russia, and United States, and Central Powers, Germany, Austria, Hungary, and Ottoman Empire. White people. The Taiping Rebellion, China. Listen now. Listen, don't get mad at me, okay? I'm just giving you what ChatGPT pulled up. The Taiping Rebellion, 1815 to 1864, 20 to 30 million. China, a massive civil war led by a man claiming to be the brother of Jesus to stabilize the Qing dynasty. And if you know, it's the dynasty wars, the Zhang dynasty and the Qing dynasty, all those dynasty wars, they had some of the worst bloodshed of all time. So it's like, I don't know, it's something within those regions. It's like ingrained in white folks' war and famine, and don't get mad at me. Get mad at what I'm saying here. Sino-Japanese War, 15 to 20 million people. This was 1937, 1945, mainly in China and Japan. This was with the Nanking Massacre. Russia Civil War, 1917 to 1923. Estimated deaths between 7 to 12 million people died. This was between the Bolsheviks, the Bolshevik Revolution, and white armies after the Russian Revolution. The Korean War, 1950-1954, 2.5 to 4 million. North Korea, South Korea, U.S., China, and UN forces. Vietnam War, 2 to 3 million. Another Cold War proxy war involving the U.S. and USSR indirectly. Napoleon Wars, 1803, 1815, white country, 3.5 to 6 million, mostly in Europe. This was reshape Europe borders and power structures. Napoleon campaigns affected global colonial balances too. 30 Years' War, 1618, 1648, 48 million people are dead, primarily in Central Europe, but wider in Europe implications. The Crimea War, 1853, 1856, 1 million. Listen, I'm not surprised that Tyler is doing stuff like this. It's in the DNA. These wars have been going on for hundreds of years. For him to say that he wants to shoot unalive a 9-year-old girl, that's just wicked. And that brings me to this right here with this subject. This was a black man that was complaining about this neighbor who was just threatening them almost every day, harassing them. The police didn't do nothing to this man. And all of a sudden, this man finally just pew him through a window. So let's just watch this.
This was a shocking moment caught on camera. Video obtained by our NBC affiliate KARE 11 shows David Montfort trimming a tree outside his Minneapolis home Wednesday when, according to court documents, a bullet was fired from his neighbor's upstairs window.
The bullet went down through my neck and then all the way back to my spine.
Montfort told NBC affiliate KARE 11 he's also recovering from broken ribs and a concussion. Adding, the last 11 months since he and his wife moved in, they've been living a nightmare next door to John Shawshak. Court documents show the victim called police 19 times prior to the shooting for incidents including harassment, hate speech, and verbal threats. It also says Shawshak suffers from mental illness. Shawshak has been charged with attempted murder, but he is not in jail. Police allowing him to stay in his home because they say he's a threat to himself and others.
The likelihood of an armed, violent confrontation where we may have to use deadly force with the suspect in this case is high.
That excuse sparking community outrage.
We have to take violent criminals off the street. So I'm not a police officer. I don't know how that gets done, but I know it needs to get done.
Police say Shawshak rarely leaves his home, and the department has not set an arrest date.
We are not going to bust the door down, guns blazing, and get into a deadly force situation, but we will ensure the community will be safe.
But Tory says he feels the Minneapolis Police Department failed to protect his family by not arresting his neighbor when they needed the most.
If you're saying you're scared, what does that do to me? Like, you have some body armor, you have professional training.
Dana Griffin, NBC News.
Thanks for watching. Stay up.
This is what I've been telling you right here. This is what I've been talking about. They are pretty much saying that they can't go in here and bust down homes. Do you know how many black homes that they go and bust down for just random little small minor things that don't even involve black people and Latin people? Let that sink in for a second. They're so scared for their lives. They can put this man in a jail cell where he can be surveillance, but he's allowed to stay in his home. This is why I said the police department is full of it. And that's why I always tell people you can do away with the police department. It's the most worthless department ever. They don't do anything. And I just want to read the comments. So Dance3693 says the guy pew-pews from his home at a neighbor and it's best to leave him there. Minneapolis police are a joke. Mike02, the cops just said the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Swaggy Steve, I'm sorry that I hear this right. Police allowing him to stay in his home because he is a threat to himself and others. Miss Anthropis says, but if I shoot back, would I get arrested? Well, you already know that's the truth. Look what's going on with Carmelo Anthony. Let's just keep it strictly 100. Glenn Hassing 6668, he pew-pewed a guy in the neck and gets to stay home and watch Netflix. Law enforcement in America is a joke. I keep telling you, the American public is better at protecting themselves. That's a waste of all this money that's going into these state taxes. They can cut all that stuff. They can just cut it off, especially to the police department. They don't help do anything for anybody. They don't solve any real crimes. His comment would just sound asinine because I'm like, you know how many people's doors y'all kick in for a lot less than that? Like, I just don't even have time for that. Lucas Frank 8843, who knew that as long as you're dangerous enough, the police won't bother you? So I'm gonna go to the comments on IG regarding this 9-year-old girl, because we could go for years talking about this. So National Black Guy was the black guy was the one that posted this. But I'm gonna read some of the viewer comments. Be freed ATL. Let's protect our babies. I got yours and you got mine. Deal. The J. Rochelle. If it was a white child selling candy, would he think the same? Mm-hmm. Molly 444. No apologies accepted. Did he lose his job? Shay Love 32. That definitely wasn't an apology. He was called out by social media and tried to play victim, of course. Misty Butterfly. He got caught being who he truly is. Tim Nos, I hope I said that right. They're itching to harm us. I am Dobbs. Fake apology. It's the same response over and over again. I said that too. You're not sorry. You're just sorry you got caught, or you're sorry that it turned into this big thing. He thought people thinking because of this current administration that, oh, I say this and I'm going to get support. You're going to get support from the racists. Absolutely. You're going to get them because they're ignorant. I mean, a lot of them are the slowest people on the planet. A lot of them in the red states definitely are some of the slowest people on the planet. They lead dead last in education. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at the facts. They lead dead last in education. So I'm not surprised that, they keep saying the same fake apologies over and over. KRW HTTPS, Zimmerman mentality, not surprised. So yeah, this story, I'm pretty sure this story is going to be talked about for the rest of this week. We might cover it again, but yeah, if you would like to, I'm gonna end this segment now, but if you would like to be a guest on the show, please DM me. The show is actually going to the Vision X instead of the IOTG. It was just easier to just put it on my own platform. It gets way more views and likes anyways. And also, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Take care.